Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. Hello, Astrology channel, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and today we are going to talk about a very interesting phenomenon that is happening on 28th of October 2023. All right, so this is the last eclipse of the year 2023. It's a partial lunar eclipse. All right, so I'm going to discuss in this video about the effects of this. Let's talk about even the planetary alignment in comparison with that of 9/11. What happened in 9/11 and what is the relation between the planetary alignments of 9/11 and what is happening right now in the zodiac. All right, so we will also talk about which are the zodiac signs which will get benefit from this, and also we are going to talk about some precautions to be taken. All right, so please stick on to this video. Later on you will have these timestamps for each of your zodiac signs as well, and you can ask questions at the end of the comment sections of this video. All right, so if you are new to this, if you are bumped in for the first time, please click on the subscribe button and you will get a lot of knowledgeable videos, my friends. All right, let's go on in the journey of lunar eclipse 2023, the second one. All right, so there you go. This is the clear title there, partial lunar eclipse that is happening. It's happening on the midnight of 28th of October and the early morning of 29th of October. And what are the ill effects or what are the positive effects of this lunar eclipse on each of the zodiac sign? We are going to talk about it and we will try to understand technically what is this eclipse. Okay, so just stay on to this video. Now, the next point here is, please understand the eclipses are always going to happen at least 2 times in a year, okay? So this is normally happening on a full moon day or a new moon day. We just spoke about the new moon day eclipse for the solar eclipse about a week ago. And now, so subsequently, the result of this, the moon has moved to the zodiac sign of Aries or Mesha Rashi, and then one more eclipse is going to happen. All right, so this is actually known as the partial solar lunar eclipse because the moon is unable, the earth is unable to completely engulf the moon and the shadow of the earth is not fully there on the moon. All right, so the effect is going to be called as partial solar lunar eclipse. All right, this is very clearly demonstrated here, and let's try to understand which are the part of the earth that is going to experience. I'm just going to give you a graphical information here. You can see that the parts here, especially it starts with the Western Pacific Ocean, and this is where the moon is. And if you just graphically try to move this eclipse itself, all these areas you can have a visibility, and you can see that the moon is partially engulfed by Earth's shadow. Okay, so it's very, very clear. I've just put the New Delhi, India time, where exactly the partial lunar eclipse is going to start. It starts at 11:32 in the night. All right, you would have all had your dinner and about to sleep, I guess. Okay, so that's not a big deal for India. You are going to be sleeping already. It is going to happen, all the drama is going to happen between 11:32 p.m. in the night until the next day morning, 3:26. It's going to be quite a long period, 4 hours plus. But yes, it is going to be there for about almost 4 hours. All right. So from the point of view of astrology, I'm going to just give you some significance. What is happening on that particular 28th? It is known as Ashwina Purnima. Purnima means full moon day. If this were not to be an eclipse that is happening, the Indian ladies and Indian women would have worshipped the goddess Lakshmi on the Ashwina Purnima, because this is a very auspicious day to prove this, because autumn season is starting, the weather will be very clear, the moon is very visible, and the cooling good effects of moon would be falling on planet Earth at that particular period of time. That's why it is celebrated in India as a function, you know, it is celebrated as Ashwina Purnima. But this particular Purnima, we have an eclipse, a partial lunar eclipse. Okay, it is happening in Ashwini Nakshatra.
So Ashwini Nakshatra is going to be afflicted by this particular zodiac sign. That means the moon, you can see here, I have graphically put here, this is the axis of Rahu Ketu. It is always denoted by snake. Okay, Rahu is known as the snake's head, and Ketu is known as snake's tail in astrology. So because of this combination that is happening, you know, the Ashwini Nakshatra people will be afflicted. And also you must always understand the fire triangle, right? The Aries, the Leo, and the Sagittarius. And the nakshatras which are afflicted will be the first one will be Ashwini, the second one will be Magha Nakshatra in Leo, and then also Mula Nakshatra, which is the Ketu Nakshatra. All the three Ketu Nakshatras are going to be afflicted. If at all you are born in these three, any of these three Nakshatras, constellations, please take note, you will have some kind of effect. I'm going to explain it in detail. Okay, just take note of this, and you can see there is a Chaturgrahi Yoga in the Libra zodiac signs. That means four planets are getting aligned, you know, in the zodiac sign of Libra. What is the significance of this? What does it mean to the entire world? Okay, but just before we go to that part, we will understand Ashwini Nakshatra. Ashwini Nakshatras are denoted by the twins. You know, they are known as the Devatas. Devatas, the doctors of Devatas, right? Vaidyas. That means they are the one who provide the medicine to the world. So there may be some positive effects of this lunar eclipse as well. That means in the field of medicine, there could be some good positive results that can come, because the moon, classical astrology says moon is the lord of the fourth house from Mesha Rashi, where the eclipse is happening, right? So fourth house lord moon is placed in the Ashwini Nakshatra, and then this drama is happening. And so what we can expect here is that there could be some kind of an invention in medical field, medical science, which could cure some heart diseases and things like cancer. For example, zodiac sign of Cancer, you can relate something to the actual disease of cancer. So there could be a triggering point from here. A lot of experiments would be done perhaps, and then these Ashwini Devatas are going to provide medicines for some kind of heart diseases and also incurable diseases like cancer. At least we could mitigate the risk of cancer. So this is a positive point of this, I can say, an eclipse bringing positive things as well. All right, so now, what is the significance of this in terms of mundane astrology? What is happening? Let's try to understand that there is a very bad alignment of Mars, Ketu, Sun, and Mercury. All are aligned in the zodiac sign of Libra. And then right there in the Aries, we have Jupiter, which is retrograding, okay, and the moon and Rahu. Whenever the moon Rahu combines, and then the Jupiter, who is actually the controller of good things in the world, gets into retrograde movement, and more, and all these three people are being strongly influenced by Vakra Drishti, that means retrograde Drishti aspect of Saturn. Then there is a war-like situation. Please remember what happened in 9/11, right? So I'm going to just put this chart as a reminder for every one of you. If you are a careful follower of my channel and also follower of classical astrology, we understood that on September the 11th, 2001, there was a very horrendous, very bad event that happened in the world, and it shocked the entire world, right? Not just Americans, but the whole world was shocked by the way the new way of killing was invented. You know, the new way. Nobody knew that an aircraft can go and collide with a building and kill thousands of people, which was very, very bad. And this type of thing happens whenever there is a combination of Mars and Ketu, exactly opposite with that of Rahu and Moon, right there in the zodiac sign of Gemini. Right, so this is a very, very bad symbol. I have just put a horoscope chart at 8:45 a.m. Manhattan time, when exactly the first airplane collided, and you can see that the ascendant of Libra was going on at that time, and the third house, you know, third house requires bravery, courage, all these things. All these activities require a lot of courage. Normal people cannot do this. Only abnormal people with Moon and Rahu combination can think of such such terrorizing activities, right? So that's what happened. And look, where is Saturn there? Saturn, being the lord of fourth house, is placed in the 8th house of secrecy, right? It was a secret movement, and then it went on and it hit the two towers and it really shook the world, right? So that's what happened. And now I'm going back to the current situation and talking about October 28th. What is happening is we have the zodiac sign of Cancer as ascendant, and then you can see that in the fourth house, there's a lot of stress, right? There's a lot of stress in the world, and this is happening in the fourth house and then the 10th house. So the Jupiter is powerless here. It cannot stop this activity. The war-like situation is going to escalate further. That's the bad news here. There could be some more escalation of this war, what is happening, and instead of just restricting to the stopping of this Hamas group, it may extend further. So other people may try to interfere, and finally, that is going to stop only by I can say that when Jupiter becomes get out of retrograde movement and start seeing the world in a proper way, and then there could be peace, right? So we have to wait for the Jupiter to stop retrograding, and even Saturn. Saturn is almost it has stopped retrograding now. I think it will stop in November. So that means the next 20 to 30 days, in fact 40 days, is going to be very critical from the day this was triggered by Hamas group and all that. It's very unfortunate. Let all our prayers go with all the people, whether it's a humanitarian, right? It's a civilians who are affected, and that is very unfortunate, right? So let's all keep our prayers for both Palestine and Israelis, and we hope this war is going to come to an end. Sorry. Now, let's see in terms of nakshatras. I was just mentioning about Ashwini, Magha, and Mula. All these three nakshatras are ruled actually by the planet Ketu, right? So these three people will have to be extremely careful for these 40 days, especially even during Diwali time, right? So that is where plus minus 5 days, you guys have to be very, very careful. If at all your moon sign happens to be Aries or Leo or Sagittarius with the constellation of Ashwini Nakshatra, Magha Nakshatra, and Mula Nakshatra. I have been precisely putting this. So please, if at all you are driving, do not drive too fast. If you can avoid driving in these days, especially on the eclipse days, plus minus 5 days, it is good. Do not take any risk. Do not take any risky decisions, and you may end up in trouble, and even it may affect in terms of food. You may have some kind of a food poisoning, or you may end up in some kind of a problem which will get detected and you have to go and see a doctor. All right, so I'm giving a hint in the beginning itself, and then you can understand that this fire triangle of Aries, then zodiac sign of Leo, and Sagittarius, all the three are affected. All right, now that's what is mentioned. In addition, if you closely zoom into only the 28th October eclipse, these are the zodiac signs who have to be very cautious: Aries, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. That means in Indian language, Mesha Rashi, Vrishabha Rashi, Kanya Rashi, and then Makara Rashi, right? So all these four Rashi personnels have to be very cautious because of this eclipse, okay? And positive things are also going to come, as I said. This drama is happening in the 11th house for Gemini and 10th house for Cancer, which is very beneficial, as I explained to you, okay? And then Scorpio gets beneficial aspects, and then the Aquarius, okay? So these four are positive, and moderate is going to be again for Leo. You can consider this as a moderate for Leo because it is also happening in the 9th house of luck. Sometimes this can also trigger to be a luck for you, okay? Libra, Sagittarius, and Pisces signs. So, but the most affected will be Aries, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I will go in details about it. What can happen in general, I have put it very clearly here. You may have, because of this Rahu, which symbolizes ego, foolishness, and all that, this will tend to make the leaders of the world, to think based on their ego, and they want to try and attack the opponents, and these rash decisions can really cause problems in the world. All right, so we will wait for the Jupiter to come out of the retrograde moment and then bring peace to the world. All right, so now everybody will be curious, what is in there for me as an individual, so these are the ascendants and moon sign. Okay, you have to give equal weightage for both the ascendants and moon sign. As I always keep telling, based on the ascendant of Aries, what is practically going to happen is seen here, and then also based on the Aries moon sign, the thought process will be influenced. All right, so the Chaturgrahi Yoga, as I mentioned, is happening in the 7th house from your zodiac sign. So you have to be very cautious with your spouses, and there could be some kind of hot discussions that may happen. Also, on a positive term, this can bring good business because there is an influence of Mercury there, which is a very diplomatic planet, which is there right there in the 7th house. In the midst of so much of chaos, the Mercury can benefit, so that is also there. So, but you have to watch out for rash driving and all that. Do not take any risk for the next 20 to 30 days. All right, so moving to the next one, Taurus. Again, it will bring some moderately fruitful period, but please understand, these are all happening. You may face problems because the drama is happening in your 12th house of loss. All right, so don't trust others. You may be cheated financially, and you may lose some money and all these things if you try to invest during this next 20 to 30 days. In fact, 40 days to be safe. All right, so just I'm summarizing it for Gemini. It is going to be very good because auspicious results. The lunar eclipse is happening in the 11th house. You can accumulate wealth. You can get you can participate in the social network circle very well. You get respect in the society, and there will be some kind of a success and favorable things for students of Gemini because it is happening right there in the 5th house as well. The Ketu is there in the 5th house, which is neutralized by Sun, and the energy of energy of Mercury is right there in your 5th house. So for children of Gemini ascendant or Gemini moon sign, there is some kind of positive news. All right, positivity. All right, so let's keep moving. The next zodiac sign is Karkataka Rashi or Cancer zodiac sign. As I told you, the people with Cancer ascendant can excel well in their field if they are, especially those people who are in the medical field with Cancer ascendant, can be participating in that research work of medicine and things like that. So there will be some kind of a healing that can bring to the world because Ashwini Nakshatra is all about medicine, healing people, healing the people who are having suffering. All right, so I think it should be a good beneficial things that is happening for zodiac sign of Cancers from the government as well. All right, so keep moving, and students can go far away from the home for studies. Definitely they will get chances if at all your visas are being held and you are waiting for your student visas to get approved from the overseas universities. I think this is the best time for you guys in the next 30 days. All right, so for the Leo ascendant, it's a mixed sign. I can say the Leo, for you, it is happening right there in the 9th house, right? So some monetary gains and luck should happen. So whatever was stuck there, it can get released, if at all you are waiting. So of course, the Leo ascendant or Leo moon sign people who are looking for marriage, right? So it has been stuck because Jupiter, who is supposed to give you that marriage partner, is in the retrograde moment, right? So until December, you might have been stuck, but certain good things that is going to happen after December for you guys is going to get triggered in the next 30 days, right? So if at all if you are deciding for going for a marriage, it's a good time to decide. And also some monetary gains is possible, and some foreign distance travels is possible. Pilgrimage is possible for you guys. 9th house represents pilgrimage as well. All right, so moving on to Virgo. So you will have a mixed results here. Why? Because from the Virgo point of view, it is happening in the 8th house. Virgo ascendant people will have this drama happening in the 8th house. 8th house Jupiter is really troubling you guys for last 6 to 7 months, right? So take special care. 8th house Jupiter retrograde and the eclipse there can get you some kind of a health problem. So at the same time, the Ketu and Budh, Mercury are there in the 2nd house of luck. So that is also possible. So that's why some kind of uncontrollable expenses can happen. At the same time, you can gain some money as well in the 2nd house effect of Mercury. Right, so you will have a mixed results. My suggestion is to avoid any new investments. Do not take much risks because the 8th house of health will be affected with Rahu there in the 8th house. Okay, next, let's go to Thula Rashi or Libra. So this Chaturgrahi Yoga is happening right there in the Thula Rashi. So those people who are really affected with Thula Rashi, you know, if at all you are in that war zone, some of them may be killed. Unfortunately, I have to say this word. There will be some kind of threats for those who are in that karmic effect of this war that is going on. Hundreds of people are getting killed. It's very sad to see such situation. We have to pray for these people who will be affected, because Chaturgrahi Yoga definitely brings some kind of effect on the body, because Libra Ascendant is what is your body, and you can see that the Ketu there, and then Mars, which is the fighter, which is right there, and then sudden flash of eclipse is happening, right? So even though it's a partial lunar eclipse, the effect will be there. Okay, so on the positive side, Jupiter is going to benefit you. Definitely, it is there to protect you. But unfortunately, at this point of time, it is also retrograde and it is having a drishti of Saturn. So it cannot perform that savior activity. So wait for December and then you will see all the benefits, and then this eclipse's effect would have been finished. All right. So let's go on to the zodiac sign of Scorpio. This is happening right there in the 6th house. So bad planet in the bad house is Raja Yoga, we say. So for them, they will get, they can have a chance to defeat their competition and enemies, and employed people are already going to have a chance of getting promotion, impressing their higher officers. Okay, but avoid overconfidence. Overconfidence can kill you and bring you a lot of expenses, because the Ketu and the Mercury are right there in the 12th house from your Lagna, right? So benefit of effect of Rahu there in the 6th house is always there. So I can say it's a mixed results for Scorpio ascendants. Okay, next 30 days you can get some good news, and also you have to be careful at the same time. All right, now let's go to Sagittarius or Dhanus Rashi. So for you guys, the lunar eclipse is going to give auspicious results. Okay, so 5th house Jupiter is there, and all of a sudden the 5th house starts getting activated. The mother health can improve, because 4th lord, according to classical astrology, Jupiter is the 4th lord. It is there in the 5th house, and it can help to this sudden impact of flash of lunar eclipse can help the mother's health to improve. It is definitely possible, and if you are living abroad, you can come back to your home during this period, and then have a good family time with your loved ones. All right, so I think Sagittarius will have a good time. And even if you consider the Libra, which is 11th house from it, so all the drama is happening in the 5th and 11th house. So I think it should be a good gain for Sagittarius people in the next 30 days. Let's go to Makara Rasi or Capricorn Ascendant, right? So during this auspicious results for Capricorn is also possible. You can see that this eclipse is happening right there in the 4th house of Aries, and then the Jupiter and Moon is getting activated there. So there is likelihood that you can improve some economic home atmosphere again. And also, if you consider the Libra there, so it is at 7, 8, 9, and 10th house. So some kind of betterment in the workplace is possible, because Mercury in the 10th house will be there. And talking about love life, the relationship is will be strong. You can meet your family members because 4th house is all about family, home, atmosphere. So I think you are in the last fag end of your what I say, the El Rai Shani, or 7.5 years period of Saturn. And so this next 30 days is a welcome cool breeze in the hot desert for you guys. So after 2025 April, you will be out of the Sade Sati, or 7.5 years period of Saturn anyway. So I think this small period of 30 days from this eclipse is going to benefit you guys in one way or the other. All right. So Aquarius as well, this is happening in the 3rd house for you. Okay, and there may be some kind of problems with the spouse, and some kind of problem, because from the Aquarius it is the 9th house where the Chaturgrahi Yoga is happening. The luck will be afflicted, and again you are already in the Sade Sati period where the Saturn also is retrograde, right? So there will be some kind of a problem that can happen in terms of luck that is not there. You'll get stuck with it. You know, you will get a chance to attend some functions with spouse and all that. But again, what I suggest is 60% will be testing time for you, and 40% can be good. All right, so it's a moderately fruitful time for Aquarius or Kumbha Rashi personals. The last one is Pisces or Meena Rashi. So the eclipse is going to take place in the 8th house. That is the main Chaturgrahi Yoga, and also in the 2nd house. So the family, domestic life, and also the savings will be affected, and you are already going through 7.5 years period of Saturn. Your relationship with the spouse can improve a bit because you have the Jupiter right there in the 2nd house, but its effect can be really felt only after December. If at all people of Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon sign people, if they are planning to get married, the best period would be after this December. Okay, the Jupiter going to become Margi. It is going to go out of the retrograde moment, and you will get perfect Guru Balam. But this particular axis of the 2nd and 8th is going to cause some health problems as well. The 4 planetary aspects is happening in the 8th house in Libra for you guys. So watch out for your health, eat proper food, and then wait for your good luck to start after December 2023. All right. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. And again, I don't want to repeat this statements again and again. Dasha, Antardasha is very important for you guys. 75% results are happening here. We are 8 billion people on this planet. Not everyone will be affected in the same way. You're all going through your soul's karmic journey. All right. So whatever I'm saying about these things is Gochara Phala or transit results, which is only 25% of what is happening. So otherwise, the rest of the 75% is coming from your own dashas and antardashas. And even in this 25%, you can split into, the 50% based on your moon sign and 50% on your ascendant sign. Okay. So please take a screenshot of this, save this information for whatever YouTube videos you may see. They may not give you this type of precise numbers. So whenever there is predictions that are given based on the movement of planets on a Gochara Phala, it is only 25%. All right. So that's all I have. And then what are the do's and don'ts? There are so many restrictions for pregnant women. Even on a lunar eclipse day, I have listed a few of them. But I would say the eclipse is happening right there in the night time. It is better for all the people, including pregnant women, to sleep, and then try to eat the food at least about 2 hours or 2.5 hours before the start of the eclipse. And then you should be all set. I don't think that the effect of Chandra Grahana is going to be more on pregnant women, but it is avoid this exposure of yourself into the atmosphere at that point of time when the eclipse is really going on. Okay, it's already a mild effect, and this eclipse is only a partial lunar eclipse. If at all anybody is saying that something bad is going to happen for pregnant women, I don't think it is a true point. All right, but it is good to stay back in the home and then eat your food much before the eclipse. That is what is my personal opinion. and then you can carry on. All right. So we come to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. I will be very glad to answer them whenever I have free time. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye. See you all.